Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to Queen Ahmadiyyah TV, More Than Meets the Third Eye. And so, as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time I go live. All right? Okay, so don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur. You can also follow the Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur fan page on Instagram and Twitter, and you can follow the Queen on Instagram at TheGoddess27. All right, Benny says, love the background. Thank you. Capricorn says, same thing. Thank you, beloved. All right, hello, Mark Petty, Silent D, Angela X, Capricornus. Okay. Alan, I see you, beloved. Emma's blessed, Claudette. All right, Gail, Jeff ATL, Judah Queen, Desmond. All right, Melanated Brown is here. Brandon, Louise. Okay, B Tillett, I see you. So let's get into it. Meek, Terry Hinton. All right, Obsidian Blaze. All right, so shout out to everyone in the chat and everyone tuned in. I see you, MA, Khalid, Harleen. Let's get into it, beloveds. Okay, so hey Dan, I see you. Okay, so this is just going to be a brief discussion about life and death and what it means to you, what it means to me. Everyone, I'm sure, has their own, opinions about it. And so I have said numerous of times that I feel like death is just an illusion. And we'll get into that, why I feel that way. Okay, Kenyatta, beloved. Brandon said this channel is top tier. Thank you. Thank you, Dan. Okay, Dan says, love the background. So let's get into it. Now, I have prepared a PowerPoint presentation. All right. And so I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this. And we're going to talk about it. Likes up. Everyone, please go ahead and give the video a like. Please give it a like and a share. If you can, try to share this video with at least 5 people, 3 to 5 people, okay? That would really help out a lot. All right? So with that all being said, let's get started. Okay, there we go. Death is an illusion of our consciousness. Now, that's my opinion. So, when it comes to the mysteries of our universe and human life, the biggest mystery that many are curious about, but also clueless about, is death. Religions have called death the only truth and afterlife as the gift or curse that we get depending on our conduct on this planet. And so we all know that we've been taught as children that if you live a good life and you do the right thing, and then when you die, you go to heaven. But if you don't live a good life and you don't accept Jesus as your savior and all those things, then you go to hell. These are things we've been taught, right? But none of this has been proven. No one really knows what lies ahead. However, one American medical doctor and scientist by the name of Robert Lanza, in his book Biocentrism, states that death could actually be a door to an endless number of universes. Now, I agree with some of the things that Dr. Robert Lanza says. I agree with some of the things he says, but not all of it. Now, he calls the phenomenon, biocentrism, a mechanism of sorts that results in all physical possibilities. Biocentrism also emphasizes the fact that it's not the universe that has been created, that has created humans, but it's actually us who has given birth to the universe as we know it. That's what he thinks. He goes against the grain in his thinking because he doesn't feel like we came from the universe. He instead feels that the universe came from us. So what do you all think about that? You should ask yourselves. Now, in a conversation with the Huffington Post, Lanza revealed that biocentrism tells that space and time are just tools that our minds use to weave information together into a comprehensive experience, like a language for consciousness. He firmly believes in the many worlds theory and states that death doesn't exist in these scenarios, since all of these possibilities are taking place at the same time. And the only reason we feel alive is because of the energy operating in our brains. This is what he thinks. Now, like I said, I agree with some of the things he says, but I don't agree with him on his notion of we created the universe or we birthed the universe and it didn't in fact birth us. I disagree with that. So let me take a look at some of these comments before I move forward. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Definitely tools. I agree with that. Yes, King Legina, I do agree with that. I think that time is an illusion. I don't really believe that there's any construct of time in the spiritual realm. Because I've had dreams, and then years later, I've met someone, and I told you all this before. I met someone who came and told me about a dream they had, and I did not even know this person when I actually had the dream years before. But this person came to me speaking about a dream that they had, and I thought it was very interesting because it was the same dream that I had. They even used the same words to describe it as I did. And so basically, when I spoke to an older person who was in fact a shaman by birth, by bloodline, and I asked him about that, he said that there's no sense of time in the spiritual realm. And I absolutely believe that. Okay. We are the universe, says Bryce. I agree. Sounds plausible if the universe and us is all work done by the Most High. It does sound plausible, Justin. Very good assertion. I absolutely agree with you, beloved. I just think that the universe came before us rather than the opposite. Now, according to him, Lanza, that is, it's just the energy, and as per the laws of physics, energy can neither be created or destroyed. It just shifts from one state to another. When we die, there's a break in our linear connection of times and places. And strangely, he says, our linear concept of time means nothing to nature. Because nature doesn't care about time, doesn't know anything about it. Doesn't know anything about it at all. Now, Kaka Singh says, have you ever questioned what exactly life and death is? She says, I have, and I found the answer after many years. Life is nothing but an illusion, a dream, and death is the truth. Death implies life. It may sound insane. How can life be an illusion? It sounds crazy, right? But some people absolutely do think that life is an illusion. And I'll tell you this, some of the native indigenous ancestors, some of them believe that when you go to sleep at night, when you're asleep, that your spirit leaves your body and is out living life somewhere else. And then when you awaken, and you in fact are your spirit's dream, and that when your spirit returns and you awake, then you're living your life and your spirit is asleep. So that's what some of the natives actually thought. Now, some of these ideas from scholars, other than myself, of course, I agree with, such as death being an illusion. But I absolutely agree with this concept. Now, this is me talking. This is how I feel. I absolutely agree with this concept. My reasoning is that life, spirit, consciousness is all energy. As we all know, energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It's merely transferred and transformed from one thing to another. And I call it energy because it comes from our inner self. That's why when we do things to motivate other people or they do things to motivate us, it's called inspiration because it comes from within. And the G stands for God, as far as I'm concerned. Now, that's not what someone taught me. That's my assertion of it. Energy, the inner God, our God-like self. That's why I spell it that way. And I also spell universe, Y-O-U, at the beginning because I feel like we are the universe. The universe is made up of melanin, and so are we. And I believe that we are one with the universe. And there are certain things, certain facets of the universe that absolutely look exactly like parts of our body. So I disagree with Lanza's belief that we gave birth to the universe. Now, I believe that the Most High is the universe and created us from it. I absolutely believe that the Most High is the universe. That's what I believe. And when I pray to the Most High universe. Now, the parts of our bodies are miniature replicas of things that exist within the universe itself. It is known that this body of ours, is nothing but energy. Additionally, it has been a proven fact that soul exists, and after death, it goes back to the universe. There is no solidity in the body. Yet we focus on the body and not the essence of us. Why? I suppose it's due to the conditioned mind. We have been taught for ages that we should mourn death and believe what our eyes see. That's what we have absolutely been taught. And we do mourn death. But some people celebrate death because they feel like the person is no longer suffering. If they had a chronic illness, they are no longer in pain, or they feel like they've gone to a better place. We hear people say it all the time at funerals. Don't worry, they're gone to a better place. Let me tell you something. Beyond this place of wrath and gloom, I believe there is a better place. So even then, why do some people question things around them and others do not? It could be due to their curiosity and open-mindedness. But by being curious and open-minded, one questions everything and understands that there can be very perspectives or many perspectives to the same event. Like I always tell you, perception is reality. However, I may view a thing, a situation, whatever, you may view it completely different because everyone has their own perception of things. When I think of the difference between life and death, I relate both of them to consciousness. Now, there is unmanifested consciousness as well as manifested consciousness. Okay, now, unmanifested consciousness is not aware of itself, while manifested consciousness is. Unmanifested and manifested consciousness are not two different consciousness. Rather, they are the same consciousness, but in different states. Unmanifested consciousness became manifested. You see, it became manifested consciousness when it became aware of itself. We are the manifested form of the unmanifested consciousness. Now that may sound confusing, but it's almost like when you don't have knowledge of self, you don't know who you are, you don't understand, why you like certain things or do certain things. Hold on. Okay. You may not understand, have full knowledge of self, right? You may not understand where you came from, your family, your ancestors. You may not know about spirituality because you've always only been taught about religion. You may think that religion is spirituality. You may not have risen into a higher level of consciousness. All right. That's basically what I'm saying. But when you have risen into a higher level of consciousness, then you are in fact manifested consciousness. Now, unmanifested consciousness is a state of consciousness without any qualities and attributes. It is formless. In contrary, I'm sorry, that's a typo. And in contrary, manifested is one with qualities and attributes. Now, have you ever wondered how did you look before you were born, or even before your parents were born? It is the manifested consciousness, formless, without any qualities and attributes. Now, in the manifested state of consciousness, there can be several states of consciousness and time. And if you all saw that video that I did on the same channel, how to rise into different levels of consciousness, if you haven't seen that, you should watch it because it explains things that you can do to raise your levels of consciousness into a higher form of thinking. And then you're able to more easily manifest things and actually change your reality. But if you're in a low vibration and you can't raise yourself to a higher level of consciousness, you'll find it's very difficult for you to manifest things. And you'll find that you need, tools to use to manifest things. You don't need any type of tools to manifest things. You can absolutely, and we've talked about this before, maybe someone giving you something and telling you to use this, put it here or keep it there or whatever to manifest things. The only thing you need to manifest things is to be consciously aware and to be positive and on a high frequency, right? You can speak affirmations, positive affirmations, meditate, have conversations with the Most High. These things allow you to manifest things. Visualize. These are things that you have within you. You don't need to go and buy different things to help you manifest. We are natural manifestors. And a lot of us don't realize that, but we absolutely are. And that's why it's very careful. We should be very careful of what we say. And I've told you before, Anything that you say after the words I am, you absolutely can manifest if you continue to say those things. Another video that I did on this channel is the power of I am. If you didn't see that video, that's a good video for you to watch. Now, we are all aware of something. The question lies within what we are aware of. Are we aware of the people around us and their doings? Are we aware of our emotions and our own doings? Are we aware of what is illusion and reality? And what is our real purpose here? That's something that we are aware of is very important. Some of us are unaware. Some of us don't know why we're here. I talk to people all the time and they are pessimistic, they're low vibrational, they're downtrodden, they're unhappy, and they feel like their life has no purpose or meaning. But everyone's life has a purpose and a meaning. Now, whether choose to go or seek to do what is your purpose or your assignment, whether you choose to do that or not is up to you. But we are all here on purpose, not by accident. And we all are here on purpose. Therefore, we all have a purpose. And if you feel that you don't, then you just need to re-examine yourself, take some self-inventory, have conversations with the Most High and meditate and ask the Most High to guide you and to show you what your purpose is. So I define spirituality as the quest for knowledge about the human spirit and soul, the ability to distinguish between raising our consciousness and understanding the state of consciousness that we are currently in. That's what I think spirituality is. Knowing about, the inner self, wanting to know more and going on your spiritual journey. And as you go on the spiritual journey, you endeavor to find out more things about yourself, how you connect with the divine source, the Most High, how you are related directly to the universe and things like that. That's spirituality, when you have a thirst to understand your inner self and why you're here and your life's purpose. Now, Deepak Chopra says death can be viewed as a total illusion because you're dead already. When you think of who you are in terms of I, me, and mine, you're referring to your past, a time that is dead and gone. Its memories are relics of time passed by. The ego keeps itself intact by repeating what it already knows. Yet life is actually unknown, as it has to be. If you are to ever conceive of new thoughts and desires and experiences. Now, by choosing to repeat the past, you're keeping life from renewing itself. You know how some people don't ever want to change. They just do the same old. And then they continue to complain about their life and saying things aren't going the way they want them to go. And they live such a mundane existence. They never get out of their shell. They never step out of the box. They never think outside of the box. They just do the same old thing day in and day out, but then they complain about their life not changing. Well, if you want your life to change, the first thing you have to do is change your thinking, change your mind. If you can't change your mind, how can you change your circumstances? How can you change the situations that you're in? If things are going bad and you continue to think and focus on the bad things, and if you have a mentality of lack, and just thinking about, self-loathsome things, negative things, that's what you'll do. You'll manifest more of it. And a lot of people say that their prayers go unanswered. Your prayers go unanswered when you don't have faith and belief in the things that you're praying for. And when you focus all of your thoughts and energy and efforts into worrying and concerning yourself with the things that are bothering you, rather than worrying about the things that bother you. And I know it's easier to say than do, but you have to learn to discipline yourself to keep your focus on the positive things. At the end of the day, try to be optimistic rather than pessimistic, and try to think about what could be rather than what is. See things the way you want them to be rather than the way they are, and that's the way that you don't want them to be. Because whatever you focus your energies on, that's what you manifest. And you don't even have to speak these things out loud. You can absolutely just think these things, because thoughts become reality. In the Bible, it says, whatsoever a man thinketh, that so he is. So if you're sitting there thinking, oh, I'm struggling, oh, I'm broke, oh, I'm sick, then you'll manifest that. Now, Deepak Chopra also says You can be as alive as you want to be through a process known as surrender. This is the next step in conquering death. So far, the line between life and death has become so blurry that it has almost disappeared. Surrender is the act of erasing the line entirely. When you can see yourself as the total cycle of death within life and the life within death, you have surrendered the mystic's most powerful tool against materialism. At the threshold of the one reality, the mystic gives up all need for boundaries and plunges directly into existence. In other words, they let go of fear. They just let go of all the fear and the things that are holding them back. Now the circle closes and the mystic experiences himself as one reality, as the one reality. And now, Chopra's idea of surrender is full attention, appreciation of life's riches. Open yourself to what is in front of you. Non judgment, absence of ego, humility, being receptive to all possibilities, allowing love. That's what Chopra feels like surrender is. Well, I'm not going to say I disagree with him, but I have my own thoughts on what surrender is to me. Now, my idea of surrender is having the discipline to rise above your emotions. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan teaches us that you have to rise above your emotions. When you rise above your emotions, you rise into a higher level of thinking. Just for example, if someone can say something to tick you off, then that person can control and dictate your mood. They can take away your joy by saying something that unsettles you and gets you upset. You may raise your voice, start cursing, and those type of things. But if you can rise above your emotions, then people cannot control you. They cannot dictate your mood. And you have to be able to control your emotions. Not the inability to control one's emotions is the reason that many of people are in prison right now. You know, when you hear about someone killing someone over something so foolish as a card game or whatever, these things happen because some people cannot control their emotions. They allow the emotions to take control. Now, so as I was saying, my idea of surrender is having the discipline to rise above your emotions, being able to love yourself despite your shortcomings, not allowing others to control your thinking, judging righteously, having humility, keeping your ego in check, thinking outside of the box, being able to accept correction and criticism, not being afraid to put yourself before others, keeping the Most High first in your life. Now, some people put everyone before them and they feel that they absolutely have to, but those same people won't put them first. It's okay to put yourself first sometimes. You know, sometimes you have to be selfish rather than selfless. But the thing is, you have to know when to be that. Native Americans view dying and death as the natural outcome of life. Both one's life and one's death have a purpose. Health, illness, healing, and failure to heal are part of how one lives one's life. Life is to be lived in the natural, in a balanced way. And so, what do you believe about death? Is it an illusion? Is life simply a dream, like the nursery rhyme that we all learned as kids? Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Now you decide, beloveds. You may be filled with loving, compassionate, and uplifting energy and receive the light of the universe from your highest and best self in life and in death. And so, with that all being said, it just depends on what you think and how you feel. So, what do you all think? Warrior status said, "Talk black to me, Queen." Uh, I'll pass on that, but I will talk spiritual to you, beloved. Okay. Mr. Hotel said, "Wow, Queen, I was reciting that in my head about 2 days ago. Not a coincidence." Absolutely. I don't believe in coincidences, beloved. That nursery rhyme. Okay. And so, here's the thing. On another On another live, being an astrologer, we know both birth and death are ruled by Scorpio Pluto. Very telling, says Miss Matthews. Mrs. Matthews. All right, beloved. So, with that all being said, I'm gonna do um, on my main channel. I'm likely gonna do a segment where I talk about. Maybe I'll do it on here. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna do a segment about how these nursery rhymes, they all have deeper hidden meanings. Okay, they all have deeper hidden meanings. Eileen says, "Great show, thank you, beloved." Irvin says, "Wow, love it, thank you, beloved." So listen, I have a video that I want you all to see before we close out. Okay, I'm going to share my screen so you all can see this video, and I want to know your thoughts on this. Everyone, please get those likes up. Please like and share. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hold on just a moment. Let me cue this up really quick. Now, this is a video that came out, I want to say in 2016. Everyone, please get the likes up. Please like and share while I cue this. I think this is it. Trying to make sure I get the right one. I don't want to put up one that's trying to find the one that's a news clip. Okay, here we go. Now, this was an accident site, and someone recorded this. I want you all to see what happened. Let me make sure this is the right one first. Yeah, this is it. Okay, here we go, beloveds. Likes up. Everyone, please like and share. Now, did you all see that? You all saw that. You all saw that, right? That person's soul left their body. Their soul literally, y'all saw that? Everybody saw it? That was crazy. That was actually captured on film. That's absolutely insane. Okay, so with that all being said, that's why I don't fear death. I absolutely believe that our spirits leave our body and go back into the spiritual realm. Now hold on, because I believe there's another video. Let me see if I can find it real quick. This one was a motorcycle accident.
For the world's best kids.
Photo shows soul leaving crash victim's body. This photo of a fatal accident has gone viral on social media. Saul Vasquez of Mount Sterling, Kentucky, posted the photo on Facebook writing, "Zoom in and pay attention to the shadow just off the top of the state trooper hat. All I can say is I hope everyone involved is okay." The photo was taken on July 12th in Kentucky, off a service highway. A motorcyclist was in a single vehicle crash on the highway. When police and emergency vehicles arrived on scene, Vasquez was driving by in another vehicle. Vasquez, who has since been said to be blessed with a sixth sense-like vision, snapped the photo, catching sight of what looks like the motorcyclist's soul leaving his body. Did you see the soul? Officials said the motorcyclist was taken to a local hospital, where he later died. But the photo has made believers out of many Facebook users. One commented, "God is real." Another said, "Simply amazing." And when a doubter suggested the soul was really just a part of the tree branches and leaves, believers chastised him. One user said, "You can clearly see a human silhouette." Another said, "The camera can catch what your eyes cannot."
That's absolutely true. Now, I want y'all to pay attention because they said the motorcyclist didn't die until he was at the hospital. And so it looks like his soul left even before then. Mr. Hotel said, "That doesn't scare me at all. I believe this to be true." I absolutely do as well. And I have seen spirits, and I absolutely do believe these things to be true. And there's a video that I saw maybe a couple of weeks ago on a YouTube short where there was a little girl. She looked to be about 2 or 3 years old, and they took her to her mother's grave. And the little girl is standing there talking to someone. She's looking up, talking to someone, and she reaches out and gives them a kiss. And then she says, "Bye-bye." This little child clearly saw her mother. Okay, I'm convinced. Metasimplica says, "I remember that." Yes, absolutely. So the thing is this. There is no need to fear death because death is absolutely an illusion. The soul spirit is eternal. It lives on many lifetimes. This isn't your first time here in this world, and it won't be your last. You see, this avatar or this shell that encases our soul and spirit, this may die and go back to the dust from whence it came. But the soul, the spirit is eternal. And I'm absolutely convinced of that. So, Fight for Black said, "I saw that Queen that made me cry." Yes, absolutely. Me too. It's very touching and heartwarming. So with that all being said, I want to tell you all thank you so much for tuning in. I love you all to life. I'm so glad that you have decided to follow this channel. Please like and share so that more people, find out about my spiritual teachings and all of that. And make sure you're saying your positive affirmations daily. Make sure you're speaking positivity upon yourself and into your loved ones, and specifically and especially your children. Children go through a lot. They're often bullied at school. Other kids pick on them and things like that. Children have insecurities and they're shy and they have the same things that we have. I mean, not the bills and all of that, but they have the same emotions. They're just little miniature people. And so just like our feelings get hurt or we feel bad sometimes about things or we have complexes about things, so do they. So mind how you talk to your children and speak life upon them every day when they rise and every night before they rest. With that all being said, I wish you all love, peace, and prosperity. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive and constructive, never destructive. Raise your vibrations high and let no one bring you down. All right, beloveds, until next time, I will talk to you all again soon.